Now that this legendary summon banner is out on global and part 2 itself has been out for quite some time now, the main question I'm seeing is when does part 3 of the anniversary start? So I'm hoping to cure that curiosity of yours in today's very quick video. And now keep in mind that I'm going to do separate videos going over all the content we can expect to see in part 3, as well as all of the stones, the free stones of course, that you can expect to become available during part 3. So stay tuned for those videos, but for this one specifically, we're just focusing on when we can expect part 3 to arrive on a global Dokkan. Now, it is required by law, literally, okay? I can't make this up, that I try and catch at least a few people lacking with a very quick subscriber challenge before we hop into this video, and it is required by law that you be honest with me. So, just please be honest, okay? If you have ever hit your ankle with one of these before, then you know who you are. Be honest, and you got caught lacking today, you gotta subscribe to the channel. Only this is probably the pain, this pain right here of riding one of these and hitting your ankle, sometimes even multiple times a day, okay? You can't really like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you really haven't experienced true pain. But again, if you haven't had that pain where you hit this on your ankle by accident, then I guess you can skip today's subscriber challenge. God bless you for not experiencing that pain. I don't wish it upon anyone, and I will catch you lacking in the next one. Stay tuned for that. Let's hop straight into today's video. So there's two things I want to go through. First, the anniversary for JP and when things came out for them, because we are going through the same anniversary, so times are most likely going to be the same, but there might be some alterations. We'll look at that in just a second. But over on JP Dokkan, the part 2 banner came out on the 17th, okay? And then the part 3 content started to drop on the 22nd of February. So there's basically a 5-day gap between when part 2 arrived, I guess not part 2, but the part 2 banner arrived on JP, and then the part 3 and all of its content arrived on JP. So a 5-day difference. Now keep in mind that on global, the banner dropped the morning of the 26th. So based off of this, it's easy to assume that, hey, maybe the 31st of July we can expect to see, you know, the announcement for part 3, or maybe even content in game regarding part 3 of the anniversary. And I do think that is a very good guesstimate, if you would. I mean, it's definitely it's an educated guess is what I'm trying to say. I've been using the word educate too much, but I would say July 31st would be a nice date to expect part 3 of the anniversary. However, it's not always going to work that way, so I want you to understand that it could come a little bit earlier than that. And the reason why I say that is because I pulled up the 6-year anniversary just for reference, and I know that the 6-year anniversary is completely different to the 7-year, in that, you know, 7th year, there's a whole nother part to the celebration. So I'm not going to compare the 7th year and 6th year. I'm just going to be comparing the 6th year on JP and the 6th year on global, just to show you something. So during the JP celebration, the 6-year anniversary, the part 2 banner dropped when? Where's the banner here? It dropped on the 16th, okay? So one day before it did on JP for the 7th year anniversary. But again, 16th during the 6-year anniversary for JP Dokkan. And then the part 3 celebration started on the 22nd. That is 6 days, a 6-day gap between when JP got part 3 content and when JP got the part 2 LR banner. 6 days. But on global Dokkan, it was not like that. It was not a 6-day gap. On global Dokkan, part 2 banner dropped on the 25th. And then part 3 content dropped, when was it? The 29th. So 4 days. What I'm trying to show you here is just because there's a 5-day gap between JP's part 3 content and the banner, it doesn't mean global is going to have the same 5-day gap, because on JP last year, or I guess the 6th year, it was 6 days, and on global it was 4 days. So I would say you can expect the part 3 content, or even just announcement and stuff, could be with anywhere from the 29th to the 31st. And again, that's going to include, you know, the announcement for the content, you know, some stuff on Twitter, and then the eventual release of the content itself. I don't think it's going to push all the way to August. Like, I think part 3 will be up before August actually arrives, but again, that's going to be in the next 5 days or so anyway, so it still lines up with what I'm saying. So hopefully that makes sense. I will again keep you guys updated here on the channel with everything regarding part 3. the anniversary is not necessarily over yet. There's still a lot to come, a lot more hype to come, and I'm going to be covering it every single step of the way. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Road to 50K, by the way, and only you can make that possible. I will see you in the next one. Take care, and peace.